Everybody, Team Man again, bringing you guys another video, and this, once again, the countdown, the WrestleMania 32 is on with the 31 days of WrestleMania, and this is number 27 now on my countdown, bringing you guys all the way to the very best WrestleMania in my opinion, guys. Guys, if you've missed the countdown, go ahead. I review each and every WrestleMania in order from the worst all the way to the best in the expert of professional wrestling's opinion. My opinion. If you guys missed the countdown, shame on you. Go back and watch. But number 31 on my countdown, the worst being WrestleMania 11. Number 30 on my countdown being number 16. Number 29 on my countdown was WrestleMania 22. Number 28 on my countdown was WrestleMania 9. And number 28 on my countdown was WrestleMania, 28 on my countdown was WrestleMania 29, and now 27 on my countdown, as you've seen the thumbnail, WrestleMania 2. Arguably, I could have put 2 maybe up a little higher, maybe in the number 30 or number 29 spot on the countdown. But I decided to put it here in number 27, and here's the reason why. That's the thing in my countdown. I give you exactly the reason why I put each and every WrestleMania in the number that I do. I give reasons behind my answers, okay? I've watched every single WrestleMania. I've seen the lead up. Now we're here in WrestleMania 2. I was just a baby. I think I was only like a year old here. Barely just born here on this one. I was probably just a couple years old here when WrestleMania 2 first came on. But when I was a kid, when I was 4 years old and first started wrestling, when 4 or 5 years old, I rented all the old WrestleMania and the lead-ups. Like, I seen all the old lead-ups leading up to it, the best of the WWF. So I knew the storylines. I knew everything getting into it. I had tapes from like the old MTV days of the WWF back in 80, 85 and 86. So I knew those storylines because I had videotapes that my family had, my old cousins or whatever had. So here we go. WrestleMania 2. Now, the reason why I have it ranked where I do and not higher on the list, like as 30-31, is because Vince McMahon back then, and even now, he took a wild chance. WrestleMania 2 held in 3 different cities, okay? It was in New York, it was in LA, and it was in Chicago. It was in 3 cities, and it was just so different, especially if you think about that time in 1986. Forgive me about my voice, guys. My throat is gone. I have strep. Like, I could barely muster out enough voice here, but I'm giving you these videos as promised each and every day I'm here. So anyway, so forgive me if my voice is a little bad, and new viewers, I don't usually sound like this. But yeah, taking a chance. Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and my God, each and every city had their own main event. New York's main event was the Rowdy Piper and Mr. T one-on-one boxing match. Chicago was the 20-man NFL / WWE WWF at the time Battle Royal, and the Tag Team Championship match also took place in Chicago, being the Tag Team Champions of the Dream Team, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and Greg the Hammer Valentine, defending their tag team titles against the British Bulldogs, the Dynamite Kid, and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. And then, of course, in Los Angeles, the big steel cage match between Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy. And every single arena got to see the whole card because they had big screen TVs all the way around, so it was perfect. And there was 12 total matches on this card. Each arena got 4 matches plus the 8 other matches that were showing in the other arenas on the big screen. So it was special, it was unique, especially in 1986. It sold out 3 arenas. So if you think about it, yeah, maybe each arena may only hold 10,000, 12,000, whatever thing, but then 3 different arenas, man. It was something special, something that we'll never see again. It was once, but if you think about the matches and just everything else, it didn't work out the way they wanted to. But just the creativity of coming up with something like that, unbelievable. Let's run down the 12 matches real quick. Don Morocco versus Paul Orndorff opening up the night here, and I believe this was in New York. It was a double countout. Macho Man Randy Savage defeating George the Animal Steel. Jake the Snake Roberts versus George Wells, with Jake the Snake hitting his iconic DDT for the win. The boxing match to end the night here in New York City. Against heated rival Mr. T, obviously ending in a disqualification with Roddy Piper body slamming Mr. T. Okay, Moolah against some woman I never heard of. Well, the Fabulous Moolah defending her woman's title. Ivan Koloff in a flag match against Corporate Kirshner. And I barely remember Corporate Kirshner. But Corporate Kirshner winning in a flag match and then waving the United States flag. Okay, let's see. The 20-man Battle Royal match taking place in Chicago. Then Andre the Giant eliminating Bret the Hitman Hart. The last guy left, the Bret Hart, was part of the Heel Hart Foundation with Jim the Animal Neidhart and Jimmy Hart. Then the Dream Team taking on the British Bulldogs for the tag team titles. The British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and the Dynamite Kid picks up the tag team titles. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat beating Hercules, the mighty Hercules. And then let me see here. Then Adrian Adonis, I remember the late great Adrian Adonis picks up a win here against Uncle Elmer's. And then the Funk Brothers, Terry and Dory Funk, taking on the Junkyard Dog and Tito Santana, with the Funks picking up the win. And then finally, in the main event, the immortal Hulk Hogan defending the World Heavyweight Championship against King Kong Bundy. And obviously Hulk Hogan escaping the cage, retaining the World Heavyweight title in a steel cage match. And the build-up, if you guys remember the build-up to this match in 1986, with Hulk Hogan's ribs busted open, like busted. He had the wraps on, saying that he, playing the storyline, he may never wrestle again, and come up against this mountain of a man, this guy with this huge body, small head, with King Kong Bundy in the mouthpiece, of course, of Bobby the Brain Heenan. Made it a true good WrestleMania. So that's why I ranked it where I did, because the creativity of having it in 3 different cities, it had a good storyline going. And even though King Kong Bundy is not a name that we talk about that stands the test of time, he still left his mark there in 1986. And now I just couldn't see putting that in earlier in the countdown. I can't see that putting it in like a ranked number 22 in the countdown, or 15 in the countdown, where I could pick a WrestleMania like a 27, 29, somewhere like that should go in the middle, where you had multiple main events. Here, you were going for one big main event, and that was the Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, or the Mr. T and Roddy Piper, because there was a legitimate beef there between those two men. So anyways, that'll conclude this video. I will see you guys for tomorrow, the number 26, and hopefully my voice will be back, guys, a little bit better. But I'm giving you every inch of my voice. I'm giving you everything I got, every last voice, every little strand of my voice. I'm giving it to you here on the Expert of Professional Wrestling, where I do unique things like these countdowns. And I'm not gonna name names, but I'm not gonna do what other people do and say I'm not gonna work, I'm gonna stay home, and I'm just gonna look at all the wrestling news websites, and then I'll make a 1 minute, 2 minute video on just reporting the news at WrestleZone or WrestleLink, WrestleNews.com, all these other things, and report it, and not even credit those websites that you read it from. I'm not like that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't do news. Sometimes if there's a big news story, I'll just give my thoughts, my opinions, what I would do, being a longtime wrestling fan since the 80s. I will tell you guys what I would do scenarios. So make sure you subscribe, or I'll give my review, what I think, what I would have did different on Monday Night Raw. Of course, I do my MMA videos. I love my MMA. and many, many more. So make sure you subscribe, leave your thumbs up, leave all the comments below. I want to talk to you guys. I will answer your guys' comments. And one thing I'm working on here, I'm trying to do the software. I want to work on doing a live stream where I could come on here a couple of times a week and talk to you guys live. Come on here, let's talk wrestling, let's talk MMA, let's talk all of that. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.